John, are you there?
Last call, John.
Hey, John, are you there?
Yes,
okay, so your question is, what is solipsism, right? What is solipsism?
Well, it was kind of like, what are the arguments for and against solipsism?
All right, so let me.
I was watching.
I can tell you real quick. We're gonna have to be fast. So let me just tell you real quick. There's like two ways you can look at it. Okay, so most people, they got hard and soft solipsism. So most people are not going to be hard solipsist. A hard solipsist would tell you that that nothing exists except your mind. I think, therefore I am, and that's all you can know. This is very, very simplified, and you probably want to go do further reading. But the other argument is the soft solipsistic argument, which I think is actually really good, which is the only thing you can be sure that exists is sort of your own mind, and that other stuff you're kind of not really ever going to be sure about, but you have to, in my view, you have to kind of proceed like it's all real. I don't know if that helps.
So is there objectivity with that at all?
What do you mean by objectivity?
There's a bit of a leap of faith that when you have to make.
Here's the thing: when you dream at night, okay, when you have a dream at night, it seems very real to you, right? Like everything seems real. You're running around doing things with people and things, and how would you know? So what they're basically saying is, how would you know that the stuff that you experience in reality is actually real? How would you know that? Because in the dream, you could run all kinds of tests and things that would come back and give you data, and it would still just be a dream. And so the idea of how do I verify this? I asked Don what he thinks. Does he see the phone too? And he says yes, but is Don even real? So, I mean, there's nothing to bounce it off of if it's all just a dream. So the problem is, in the end, no, you cannot know that things outside your brain exist, at least not right now that I'm aware of. And but the problem is, it's what you have to work with, right? So when someone throws it at you in terms of, you don't know any more than I know, the problem is, okay, so let's look at it like a simulation. Let's say we're in this simulation and we're playing a video game, and it's like knights and medieval times or whatever, and someone says, have you seen the alien spaceships? And you're like, no, I have not seen the alien spaceships yet. Like, what level are they at? And they say, well, I haven't seen them really either, except I think they're in there. I have this feeling that they're in the game, but I haven't ever actually come across, like, I can't show it to you. And you're like, I don't think this is alien spaceships. This is medieval, and it has dragons and stuff, but I haven't, there's no alien. So in the end, even if we can't be sure that, quote, reality is real, or is what we think we're experiencing, it still interacts with us like reality. Right? I mean, it still seems very real, and we still have to deal with the idea that there are things in, like right now I've got my glasses, right, and I'm holding my glasses up on the screen. And for me, these glasses, whether my reality is real or not, my mind has a model of these glasses that are in my hands. What it doesn't have is alien spaceships hovering above the studio. I walk outside right now, I don't see alien spaceships hovering above the studio. And if Don were to tell me that there are alien spaceships hovering above the studio, and I go out and look and I don't see them, now we have a problem, because Don and I agree that our minds are producing a model of the glasses, but Don is saying there's alien spaceships and I'm not getting that data. So even if solipsism, even if we're working from the idea that it's all just your mind, the reality is, even in that, there are things that are and things that are not modeled by my brain and my mind. So we still have a discrepancy when someone comes in and says there's a God in there. It's like, where? What level? Where does this God come in? Because I haven't come across it.
The next one.
So then, at least from my perspective, it's kind of what is your goal, right? Because isn't it like, if your goal is to say, well, I don't know, that I'm not a brain in a vat. I was watching the Matt Dillahunty versus Psy.
Okay.
It's like, well, that doesn't give me any extra information to function in this, whatever you want to call it.
You're still stuck in this reality. And so the question becomes to Psy, if that's it. Now, I'm not saying this is not a presuppositionalist response, but the response to the solipsistic question is, if not this reality, then what reality? Okay, so let's say that you convince me that this is all in my mind. What option do I have? I'm still stuck here, right? Right? Okay, so what difference does it make if this reality is not the ultimate reality, if we have no access to the ultimate reality? This is it, then.
So the difference that it makes, though, is the goal, right? So your goal, you have two, they define that, present two different goals. One is Matt's goal of, I want to function in this universe and have a life that prospers and makes this universe better, where psi is, I want to live in this other universe that I see, that I want to go, I believe in this next universe that I have, or this next afterlife that I have no proof of, and I can't demonstrate to you.
Right.
But that's the goal that I have.
Right. So psi is accepting a reality in this, let's say the psi that you're describing, because I, maybe I'm not, I don't know how, whatever. But the person you're describing, right? No, and I know who he means, but I'm not familiar enough to understand if this is an accurate representation of his view. So I'm just saying the guy that you're talking about, one of them is saying, this is what I'm confronted with. The other one is saying, I believe in things I'm not confronted with. And that is two different statements that are hugely, vastly different, right? I mean, one person is basically saying, I'm confronted with the glasses. I don't know if they're real or not. The other person is saying, I'm not even confronted with this thing that I believe in, and I just believe that it's real, regardless of no confrontation with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really strange.
To demonstrate each. Right, and so I'm kind of transitioning. I feel like I'm more atheist on days than a deist now. I used to be more Catholic, but
it's a long process for a lot of folks. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's hard because there's things I want to keep and want to believe in, even if I don't have that proof for it.
Well, try to be honest with yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, really, when they try to equate that you can't know it any more than I know it, it's like, no, but at least I'm accepting what I'm confronted with and not making things up and just saying that those things exist whether I'm confronted with them or not, because that's a whole other level, right? I mean, that's a whole other level. Yeah. It's not the same at all. It's not apples to apples. All right. Well, thank you, John. Yeah, and if you want to talk to more people about this, we have a blog, and you can go and write, and there are people that will be happy to engage you on this further.